I don't wish it on him, you
Right.
know what I'm saying? I don't wish it on him. And I love him through it. Whatever he going through, I love him through it. Much criticism as I receive about my son, I would like to shed light on the fact.
You won't believe what just happened with the Harris family. The entire hip-hop community is in disbelief. What was supposed to be an ordinary day suddenly turned into something out of a nightmare. It's like fate decided to flip everything upside down in the worst way possible.
My name King, you know it, and your mama know. On game what? On game what?
King Harris, the son of rap icon T.I., is currently fighting for his life in the ICU. His once bright energy has been replaced by the sound of machines keeping him alive. Tubes and monitors surround him as his devastated parents stand helplessly behind the glass, watching and praying. Fans who followed his journey, from the flashy cars to the confident attitude, are struggling to process the reality of it all.
You're gonna be children. Kids will be kids, man. You know what I'm saying? I expect that from them. I expect them to do the wrong.
The kid who once lit up every room is now lying completely still. And what makes it even more chilling is that this wasn't some random street fight or accidental mishap. There's something far more disturbing behind what happened, something that went down inside those prison walls. According to people who were there, King was quiet that night. No arguments, no aggression, just a young man trying to get away from the noise. He reportedly told a few folks he needed to clear his head and think about what comes next. But only minutes later, everything erupted into chaos. Screams echoed through the block, and by the time help arrived, it was already too late to undo the damage.
GOAT reasons you gone viral. I graduated. That's the only good thing they posted of me going viral.
The best one for me is King Latifah. Teeth Keith.
I ain't never get my teeth shirts made. Teeth
Hey,
shirts.
well, to tell you the truth,
Sirens blared through the halls. Guards sprinted toward the scene. Then, everything went eerily quiet. King was lying motionless on the cold floor. Within moments, medics rushed in and transported him straight to the hospital. But the injuries he suffered weren't random. They were severe, intentional, and carried a message. Here's where things take an even darker turn. The surveillance cameras that monitor every inch of that facility mysteriously went dark. Every moment of the attack, gone. It was like someone made sure the truth would never be seen.
Try to take the good with the bad and just let them know. You go into prison if you
T.I.
keep
and
it.
Tiny arrived at the hospital that same night, devastated, trembling, calling their son's name through tears. But King didn't answer. The only sound in the room was the steady, rhythmic beeping of the machines keeping him alive. Nurses whispered quietly among themselves, their faces heavy with the truth nobody wanted to say out loud. His condition was critical. Outside, word spread fast. Fans, friends, and even strangers gathered in front of the hospital, lighting candles, holding signs, and praying for a miracle. Social media exploded within minutes. Hashtags, videos, and messages of support taking over every feed. But beneath the flood of love and prayers, a darker suspicion began to rise. What if this wasn't just a tragic accident? What if someone wanted King out of the picture? Before long, whispers from inside the prison turned into loud rumors. People were talking, carefully, quietly, saying King had gotten into something deep. Not just with other inmates, but with people who hold real power behind the scenes. The word is, King may have uncovered something dangerous, something that certain people didn't want getting out.
You can talk to me. Until then, ain't nothing going. Call who you need to call, do what you need to do. Ain't nothing happening. No money, no beers, no partying, no sections, nothing. You put me and mine on the motherfucking flyer, give me everything. And if you can't, don't play with me. I don't know if y'all from here. Don't play with me in this city. My mother hit it. Don't play with me in this city.
Rumors began swirling about dirty money, smuggled contraband, and even correctional officers getting a piece of the same corruption they were supposed to prevent. If that's true, then King had unknowingly stepped into dangerous territory, and inside those walls, threats like that don't last long. But here's where the story takes an even darker twist. When the Harris family demanded access to the security footage, the warden claimed the cameras had malfunctioned. Every clip, Every angle. Gone without a trace. Way too convenient, right? That's when T.I. completely broke down. The man everyone knows for being strong and composed was suddenly shattered in front of the world. Cameras caught him outside the ICU, tears streaming as he said, "I don't care about justice. I just want my son to live." It was heartbreaking, a father's pain laid bare. But that one line sent shockwaves across the internet. Fans started asking questions. Why would he say that? Did T.I. already know something? It stopped feeling like a random act of violence and started sounding like a setup. Then came the bombshell, a leaked voice note from a nurse who was there that night. In a shaky whisper, she said, "This wasn't random. Someone wanted him gone." That single sentence flipped everything upside down. Suddenly, this wasn't just about a fight. It was about betrayal, cover-ups, and fear spreading fast through everyone connected to the case. Online, people began piecing together theories, connecting dots that maybe weren't even there yet, but still felt chillingly real. The tension was suffocating. As the world waited for updates, doctors warned that the next 24 hours would determine whether King would make it through, or become another tragic name in hip-hop history.
Easier when we're living under one roof. Now we just have to schedule time to have talks like this.
What's up?
I was trying to get to the bottom of things with King, trying to see if he
Huh?
Whoa.
Where you coming out with the word?
because King got a little friend, and he be in love like he's a lover boy.
Yeah,
No, I'm not. I'm a virgin.
It's other things.
that between him and his poem. Let him and his poem have the best time of their life.
Now I ain't talking about no poem.
What is you talking about?
A girl is involved.
A girl is involved.
Whoa,
Yes.
whoa. I'm being responsible because I could have been one.
You supposed to know better than being out there and engaging in adult activity. Don't let a temporary itch dig you out a permanent ditch.
That's something Tip knows all about. Maybe he should be taking his own advice.
Each slow, haunting beep from that hospital monitor sounded like time itself deciding whether to give hope or deliver heartbreak. Tiny wept until her body gave out, clutching T.I., who just stood frozen behind the glass, whispering, "Stay with me, son. Daddy's right here." The pain carved into his face told a story words couldn't capture, a father watching his world crumble in front of him. But the nightmare wasn't done unfolding. While the family begged for a miracle, new voices from inside the prison began speaking up, people risking their lives to reveal what truly happened that night. And just when everyone thought things couldn't possibly get darker, they did. Inside that hospital, the tension felt suffocating. King's condition kept crashing. One moment his heart was stable, the next it was chaos. Doctors whispered about swelling in his brain, the kind of injury that changes everything. Tiny kept praying through her tears, her voice cracking as she pleaded, "Please, baby, fight." T.I. stood beside her, hollow-eyed, staring at the floor like a man who'd run out of strength. The entire room felt heavy, the kind of silence filled with fear and desperation. Outside, hundreds gathered with candles and posters, praying for a miracle. But whispers spread fast online. People started questioning everything. Was this really a random attack? Or something much more sinister? Something written in the streets long ago finally coming full circle. Then, another bomb dropped. An anonymous voice recording appeared online, whispering, "We were told to make it look like a fight." The target was King. That one clip tore through the internet like wildfire. No one could prove it was real, but it sent chills through millions. Suddenly, every past rivalry, every shady deal, every secret from T.I.'s past was dragged back into the light. People started asking, was this really about King? Or was he paying for his father's past? The phrase "the sins of the father fall on the son" spread like fire, especially after a mysterious Instagram account posted it, then deleted it within minutes. Screenshots went viral, and the theory took over the internet. Inside the hospital, time felt frozen. Doctors worked non-stop as King's heart rate spiked, then flatlined. Tiny screamed as nurses rushed in. T.I. dropped to his knees, sobbing, praying to anyone who'd listen. Then, a faint sound, beep, beep, beep. Against all odds, King's heart started again. For that moment, hope roared through the city. People outside cried, hugged strangers, and shouted prayers into the sky. Atlanta felt alive again, fragile, but hopeful. Yet even as joy spread, the truth stayed buried. No footage, no reports, no answers, just silence. T.I. finally spoke out, posting one powerful message that shattered the internet. They tried to break me through my blood, but we don't fall that easy. That line became an anthem. Millions reposted it, turning pain into unity. But still, the truth behind the attack stayed hidden, buried by power, silence, and fear. Some said the real story was locked away in files no one would ever see. Others believed T.I. already knew who was behind it, waiting for the right time to strike back. As the sun rose over Atlanta, the hospital glowed in soft light, but the crowd outside still stood strong. Thousands of candles flickered in King's name, voices chanting for truth and justice. Inside, the faint sound of that monitor echoed through the halls, fragile, but alive, just like hope itself. No one knew if King would ever open his eyes again. But one thing was undeniable: this tragedy had changed everything. It exposed how power can twist justice, how silence can bury truth, and how pain can unite millions of hearts into one unstoppable voice. And even though the truth still hides in the shadows, one message remains loud and clear. The fight for King has just begun. If you want to stay updated as this story unfolds, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Because this is far from over.